All right. Better late than never. Appreciate everybody joining already. Forrest, he was taking his time, falling asleep tonight. Raphael, David, Red, Julian, Jim, Deborah, appreciate y'all being here. We have got some mail to open up, and mail that was sent to the P.O. Box, as well as a book order from Baltimore Photo Space. So, a book I've been waiting on. A book we've talked about that I've mentioned that I've been waiting on. So I'm excited to check that one out. Jim, with the super chat, I appreciate that. Thank you. The donation. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jim. Jorge, what's up? Tyson, looking forward to recording your episode of The Life of Fizz next week. Yes, I'm excited to join you, Tyson. It's been a little while since I've done a podcast with like being a guest on someone else's podcast, so I'm looking forward to it. What's up, Pete? Does it rhyme with Schmelfschmakers? It's not that one. I still don't have 12 acres. It is one I would like to get at some point. Hello, Matt and chat. What's up, Matthew? I'm looking. Looking for this guy. Doing well, Pete. Doing well. Hope you are as well. Okay, so, well, first, let me... Here. I'll keep it on me while I open things up, just in case. So this is sent in from Jack Meyer. Jack, I hope you're watching. I talked to Jack briefly in the emails. Oh, this is cool. All right. Let me set this here for now. Been a stressful week. We're getting ready to adopt a puppy. Oh, man. Well, a puppy might bring more stress, but it's also going to make that stress, you know, feel a little bit better. So, enjoy it. All right. Hi, Matt. Been watching your channel for a few years, and I especially enjoy tuning into your live streams when I can, in large part because I love flipping through photo books and talking about them with people. I live in central Pennsylvania at the moment, and there aren't a lot of opportunities to engage with a community of photographers in the way you do on stream. That's one of the main reasons why I enjoy these streams, because I feel like it's something that I would enjoy, especially like years ago. I feel like it's something that I would have enjoyed doing because I also didn't have any sense of like community within photography around here. So let's see, your photo book videos were hugely helpful and inspiring when I was putting this one together late last year, specifically the types of quiet photo books you tend to highlight and make yourself. This is the first photo book zine project that I've ever really released. I'm a professional corporate photo video guy, but this feels completely disconnected from that life, thankfully. The wildlife aspect might be a little different from what you usually share, but I think there are lots of connections to themes you discuss, like family, place, and memories. The book is mostly about a small patch of land behind my parents' house and the surrounding hayfields in northeast Pennsylvania. Awesome. Okay. I want to dig into this, and he shares a little bit more in here, and I'll probably reference some of that as we talk about it, but I want to look at it myself and share it with everybody. So let's do that, and let me adjust this real quick. Bring that down. There we go. Bring it in just a little bit. So the past 3 years that got a couple postcards here. The past 3 years that we've lived where we live, it's so much quieter than where we used to live. And listening to the birds and watching the birds is something I have just become obsessed with. I can see them out all the windows and everything. It's made me want to attempt to actually get some proper photos. So this is rad. Oh, Jack is in. What's up, Jack? Glad you tuned in, man. Charles, what's up? Happy Wednesday. Hope all is well with you. I also got a Baltimore Photo Space box in the mail today. It was a good mail today from the BPS folks. What's up, Brendan? Your lives are an awesome way to spend my day at work. Appreciate it. Hell yeah. Hope your boss doesn't find out, but I appreciate it. It's Windows XP desktop vibes. This is really rad. Okay, so one of the things mentioned here that I wanted to talk about says there are so many personal aspects to the story, some clear, some I'm content to leave unexplained. There's some film, some digital, and some archival family slides and prints that I digitized. Excuse me. My goal in making a print run and selling the work, apart from telling the personal story and bringing awareness to topics like natural gas drilling and fracking, was to inspire other people, particularly those like me who work full-time to pursue meaningful personal projects on the side. Even if the end result isn't perfect, perfect is the enemy of done, as they say. Well said, man. So yeah, this looks like potentially it has the feeling of possibly being one of those older digitized photos. But this is rad because it does feel like walking and looking. I appreciate these photos mixed in here, and that it's not just all sort of like a portfolio of, you know, like the best of shots. Yeah, see, this is cool. Being able to tell the stories in between. That's rad. And I love that you, Jack, that you mentioned, you know, kind of stepping out of your comfort zone. Sometimes, like, I hear that from people. I had a call with Corey. Shout out Corey. He might watch this. He's a viewer, and I had a call with him talking about a zine that he's working on. And he mentioned, you know, like not doing this for a living, and this being his first zine that he's working on, and just kind of feeling like, you know, an outsider in a way, or just feeling like, you know, you don't know the right way to do things, or like the way things are supposed to go. But like, I again want to remind everybody that I am very much the same way, an outsider, you know. There is no right or wrong way to do it, you know. And I do corporate photo and video work as well, so I can relate to that. Although it's interesting how much I've enjoyed finding the balance where, after like spending more time focusing on personal projects and books, I've recently really come to enjoy getting back to working with people and just simply doing the job, you know. I want to try to avoid the glare here. These are really good. Yeah, this one here, the date there, May of '85. What's up, Greg? That's rad. Oh, that's fun. I've been scanning so many old photos lately. Actually, I don't remind. Let me ask you all if you were here last week. Have I mentioned at all the project of scanning some old glass plates? Have I brought that up on stream? I can't remember. I finished scanning these glass plates from the 1890s today. So I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know if I've brought that up yet. Shared that with everybody. David, I wanted to send you that Jessica Lange book, but I need the address. Oh, I appreciate that. P.O. Box 2006, Chillicothe, Ohio. Let me put that in the chat for you real quick. Spell it out. Thank you, David. Charles here, if Charles is in the chat, he sent books in to share on stream with us before. He can vouch for me. The books are returned undamaged and promptly after we share with everybody. I appreciate the offer. What's up, Brian? We are taking a look at Backyard Field Guide. Jack Meyer, a viewer here, he's with us in the chat, sent this in. Did you see where Canon is retiring the 1DX line? No, I didn't. To be honest, I don't know if I knew that they were still manufacturing that one. Not that they shouldn't be, but the way, everything is gone, I don't know. Is Nikon still? Are they still making new DSLRs of any kind? Yeah, I like these personal photos mixed in here. I also like, it feels like just inching closer and closer, like as you flip through in the sort of like hunting mode. You know what I mean? Not in the you know what I mean. I feel like I need to grab a zoom lens that's f mount to give Elliot for his D60, because I feel like he would enjoy stuff like that, like this. I like that one. That's rad. That's cool. One of the old photos. Love it. Hey, what's up, Matt? I don't think Nikon is making DSLRs, but they are supporting some of them. They're still repairing f6 film cameras. Damn, I didn't know that. I think the D850 was the end of an era. Can't really top it anyways. That makes sense. Yeah, like I know the Z8 and Z9 have been out for a while, so I'm sure people are speculating on like a Mark II of either one of those, because that's the way people are. But I don't know what they could do to up those. Austin asks, Jack, I love the colors in the wildlife shots. Are most of those digital? Yeah, he mentioned that there was some film and some digital, and then obviously the archival family stuff. But maybe, Jack, if you have any insight on percentage-wise, maybe Jerry, first time in the live stream. Well, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. David, I can vouch for the F6 repairs, just had mine done. That's so rad. I love that they're still servicing those. Hey, Chris, for new subscriber, first time catching a live stream. I appreciate you joining. It's encouraging to hear that because it's always one of those things where after a while it feels like there are no new subscribers. I mean, obviously there always are, but it's doing it for so long, it feels like I've known most of the people for so long, so it's encouraging to see a new face. Robin, hopefully the Z7 III will come soon. It kind of feels like camera tech has slowed down a bit with a technology plateau. I agree. The most recent iterations of cameras, it's starting to feel more and more like incremental upgrades, more than it already was, I should say. This says, I'm going to read this here, this poem. I live in the heart of a garden with cypresses all about, to the east and west and the south and north. Straight, shadowy paths run out. There are ancient gods in my garden. They have faces young and pale, and 100,000 roses here enrapture the nightingale. Yet amongst the gods of the garden, the roses and gods, I think, day long of a far-off clover field and the song of a bobolink, by Sophie Jowett. This is rad. Jack, well done. Appreciate you sending this in. Oh, that's cool. Love it. Hell yeah. Let me read this here. More details on the book I printed with Mixam. Okay, so we've talked about Mixam before on stream when it comes to self-publishing. I've never printed with them, but I have friends who do pretty regularly. So this is good just to kind of see for reference because I know a lot of people are curious. This is printed super well. It says... Okay, well, let's read on. It says, I printed with Mixam, who I'd used before for smaller projects, and it was honestly a bit of a nightmare after they sent me 50 copies with major printing flaws. Their print heads were very clearly misaligned. Took a while to get 50 decently printed copies. I ended up with 150 copies total of varying print quality, but I would still generally recommend them as their customer service was slow but nice, and they were the best value for a hardcover photo book by a huge margin. Including what I paid for, the ISBN and secondary costs, each book cost around $17, and I had barely enough confidence to think I could make that back. Very, very nearly there. Not pricing them to share, or not pricing them to make a profit, just to share and inspire. Hell yeah. I learned so much from this process. Feels amazing to get this story out there. Thanks for all the inspiration over the years. Some of your videos were a huge help when I was planning this book. I wanted to send this as a thank you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts from you and your community. Amazing. I love it. Jack, thank you for sending this in, for the kind words. And again, just, you know, that's the whole goal in any of the videos I've ever shared about self-publishing, making zines, making books, engaging with books and zines and in general. You know, it's to encourage people to do the same thing. So I love to see that. A few other cameras. Jack says a few other cameras for hand. Oh, okay. I missed a few. Let me catch up. Most of the close-up bird photos are digital. Sony A9, most of the landscapes are film. The Airs 35 too. Okay, yeah, the camera in the back of the book. Rad. Hey, Matt, I'm worried my zine is at the wrong P.O. box, maybe. Got delivered a couple weeks ago. P.O. Box 2006, Chillicothe. Yeah, Matthew, that is the correct one. I will check with the post office and have them look around. Because, yeah, I was just there today when I picked up a couple packages. We've got more to open up here. A few other cameras for a handful of shots here and there. I'm a bit democratic with my cameras and lenses, whatever I've got in the moment, you know. I feel that. Saw a phone ad with a zoom lens the other day. What's up, Benji? Uh, might not want to put your P.O. box on the internet, just saying. It's been on the internet for like 10 years. That's the whole reason I have the P.O. box, is so that address is out there and I can go pick packages up and it's not my personal address. So that's the whole point of my P.O. box. Any thoughts on the new Kodak respooled cinema film? Just ordered 5 rolls from Reflex Labs. To be honest, I didn't even know that that was a thing. But, I mean, more options for people, so that's a good thing. Jay Keena, hey Matt, new subscriber. Excited for these Wednesday night live streams after recently moving to a smaller town, but trying to stay connected and inspired. Thanks for the inspiration. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, that's the whole goal. I live in a small town. There isn't a photography community. I mean, I say that because growing up, there never was. Now I have several friends that are local who are interested in photography. And usually when we meet up and take photos or like go for a walk, I'm not really taking photos more often than not. Maybe I'll see something, but it's usually just kind of catching up, talking more about life stuff and not photography or the act of photography, I should say. So, yeah, this kind of stuff I would enjoy in person, and I do when I get to, but the Wednesday night live streams are just as much for me hanging out and catching up with everybody as it is for everyone watching, so I appreciate you. Oh yeah, no, not my PO or not my personal address. I got a Leica M11 monochrome in Q2, partly because of you. Your videos got me to take it more seriously. I started with a GR3. Well, my apologies to your bank account. I don't want to claim responsibility or anything, but I hope you're enjoying them. New film test shot looks really good. Has the anti-halation layer, rated at 320 for C41 processing. Well, that's nice that it's already got the rimjet layer removed. Let's see. All right. So this is from, wait, Matthew. This is from Matthew. It's not at the wrong P.O. box. This is yours, brother. Hey, Matt, I mentioned sending you a copy of me and my friend Zine in your Wednesday live streams. We've been big fans of the channel for a while now and wanted to send you our first zine. Your work helped inspire us throughout this process, and we hope you enjoy what we made. Matthew Young, Peyton Gamache, apologies, and Aiden Sharkey. All right, let's open this up. Yeah, Matthew, the shipping, where it was shipped from, didn't have a name. It just had like a business name, or else I would have gave you the heads up. I wasn't trying to pull one over on you there. I really didn't know that that this was here. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. No, the new Kodak film, they removed the rimjet layer to their cinema films. No removal needed by any brands. Yeah. Super convenient. Though Kodak isn't thrilled people are respooling as always. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they've got to expect it. You know what I mean? Oh, this is rad. This is cool. Quaid, what's up? Good to see you. Missed a few live streams. How you been? Been hanging in there like the rest of the world. Good to see you. All right, this is cool. So we got 3 separate zines all together in this little collection like this. Love that with, you see the fold here to kind of gather everything. Love that. Super, super nice. Rough stock. The light of the desert sun is neither warm nor cool, but always clean and above all unforgiving. Conrad Earp. Beautiful. Hold on, let me... There we go. Try to adjust for the glare a little bit. Little homie trip. Brendan, Matt, do you scan via your digital? Any thoughts on a Nikon mount for scanning? If so, that is exactly what I do. Also, one sec. I'm going to bring this in just a little bit. There we go. What's up, Corey? This is Rough Stock. This is a 3-part zine, 3 different people all putting this zine together. Super rad. But yes, Brendan, to answer your question, I do scan with my Nikon. I scan with the Z8, and I'm using, whoops, Matthew, I just fully, oh no, I just fully separated that spine breaker, as they say. Shout out, books are sick. There we go. We're going to keep it moving. Apologies. I scanned with the Z8 and actually an old F-mount. Is it Sigma? Yeah, an old Sigma F-mount macro lens. It's like a 105 millimeter. I just started scanning with that like within the last 3 weeks. So, but it's working great. I've been scanning with it quite a bit. Look at that, man. The glare tonight. Let me try and adjust this. One sec. Is that doing it? No, a little bit better. We'll work it here. We'll keep it here for now. I'll need to adjust it for the rest, but we'll keep it here for now. We'll be right back. Man, everywhere, I would imagine everywhere you look is just, yeah, picturesque. This is beautiful. Not looking terrible, to be honest. Okay, cool. I always sweat the glare, probably more than needed. Matt, you should try the super resolution thing on the ZF. Oh, I will. I didn't know that was actually on the ZF. Good looking out, Corey. I feel the same. Not much of a photo community here either that I found yet. Just me in my attic studio surrounded by photo books. Hell yeah. That's me out here in the barn, man. I feel it. Oh, rad. Just met up with Alex Gagne in Boston last week, and we mentioned your live streams. Great way to stay connected in this weird day and age. Alex is the best. I love that dude. Shout out the Photo Banner podcast. Yeah, love it. Matthew, we didn't notice that issue until after we shipped out our personal copies and yours. The glue in the first few copies didn't set right on the spine. Hey, man, it happens. I use my books. I ain't sweating it. Still love it. Yeah, Brian, Pete, I agree. This is beautiful. Monument Valley is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and Valley of the Gods is like 30 minutes north and free and just as beautiful. Yeah, one of these days, when the kids are a little bit older, traveling with Nora is tough because she really thrives on routine and her comfort zone and space here at home, especially. But she does like to do things, and so Molly and I have talked about, eventually getting an RV or something, or a camper van, really just like a Sprinter van, and just traveling that way, because it'd be probably easier on her than it would be trying to go to a hotel. Um, and we just want to travel and just see things. We don't need to like stay somewhere for a week. We want to be able to see places. I caved and got a killer deal on a ZF this week, slapping the 40 1.2 on it and having some fun. Hell yeah, Benji. I've been enjoying the ZF loaner I've got. I'm going to have a sort of first impressions on the ZF video coming sometime this week, or in the next week, I should say. Okay, I was like, I thought I saw something up here. All right, this says, thank you, Aiden, Peyton, Emily, Not Another Film Lab, shot on Kodak film. Shout out Matthew right there, running an M6. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Let me straighten this page up. I saw, yeah, there it is, Quaid. Curious if you're going to try out the Nikon ZR. I know it's geared more towards video. So I actually, I don't know if I'm going to try one out in terms of getting a loaner. I would love to, though, because it is a camera I'm interested in mostly just for my YouTube videos. Having a camera like that focused on video, that form factor, that screen, 32-bit float audio, and I don't really care about the red stuff of the camera. That's not really for me, but all of the other things, I think it would make a great sort of YouTube camera. So I am interested in it, and for the price, crazy. Any recommendations for... Oh, sorry, I missed another one. Javier, what's up? Hey, Matt, I've been busy with the new job. I'm a mechanic now, but I'm back to the stream. Hell yeah. I hope you're enjoying the new job. Good to see you. Any recommendations for an off-camera flash system? There's so many options, I don't even know where to start. Honestly, Godox. At this point, right now, I'm using Westcott lights because I've had them forever and they're still working. But if I were to buy a new system these days, I would get a Godox system because the price and the features and at this point the reliability, Godox is really, really tough to beat unless you're worried about not having Profoto branded stuff in behind the scenes photos. I feel like Godox is a no-brainer. Honestly, I live in Nashville and the photo community here is hit or miss. I'm hopefully going to a photo walk on Saturday if it's not deathly hot out. Hope it's a good turnout, Greg. Hope you got good weather for it. It's been raining here all week. Sean, in regards to trading that for a ZF, what's your favorite focal length? And what would you use if you went to Japan? Austin, I've got 3 zine projects in progress of all black and white photos, but this is making me think I should try to branch into color more. Yeah, this is a good reminder here. Don't be afraid to mix it up. The paper mill project that I'm going to be hopefully getting ready to print like very, very soon. More on that later. That's going to have a mix of color and black and white, which is something I've never done in any of the projects I've printed, but it just makes sense for this one. Yeah. Yeah, for Corey, for on-camera flash, yeah, I would buy a Godox as well. Um, check out Omar. Is it Omar Gonzalez? He's got some great videos on the Godox flash system and their speed lights. Is that his name? Omar? Bald dude? Talks like Jim Carrey. Godox V. Yeah, that's it. The V1. That's what everyone's saying. Yeah, the V1. That's the one that I was looking at. Does anyone know who I'm talking about? Am I crazy? Hold on. That is his name, right? Yeah. Omar Gonzalez. Yeah. Okay. I was like, wait, I'm not thinking of someone else, am I? I do that. I'm sure you can all attest to it. I've been mixed up before. Yeah. Yeah, I like his stuff. He's fun. Doesn't take himself too serious. I appreciate that. Plus, I think I've seen him do some motorcycle videos, like out and about on his bike, taking photos. I'm jealous of that. I think that's so rad. This is sick. Thank you, Matt, Aiden, Emily. Nice Film Club. Shot on Kodak, Ilford, and Cinestill film. Let me get the name on that one again. I read it at the beginning, but I don't know. Peyton Gamache. Matthew, am I butchering the name? Be honest. Hey Matt, sorry if you already spoke to this, but if you do a show for your paper mill project, how would I find out? I've got friends in your favorite city, Columbus, and would definitely attend an opening. Hell yeah, Anthony, I appreciate it. I will absolutely let everyone know here on the stream, in a separate YouTube video, on all of my socials. I'll be posting info about an event. We're trying to figure out all the details on exactly when and where, and the local, the main local art gallery in Chillicothe, we talked to them and they have shows booked out for the next 2 years, so that's a no-go. But there is another store in town that sells all kinds of stuff in relation to history in Chillicothe, and it's literally called the History Store. And I'm talking with the owners there. They expressed some interest in sharing some work there and also doing a book signing. I don't know if they're wanting to do the release thing there, but we're working on figuring out all the details. And I'm going to make a video kind of talking about all of that, where the project is at, the decisions that are being made, and why, and just kind of going into how I'm making those decisions. Again, I thinking about making that video, I thought maybe that would be helpful if someone is at this stage in a project and they're weighing out options. Maybe it would be helpful for people to hear how I make those decisions for this. And so far, from the general consensus of everyone sending in the work, at least this evening, it seems like it will be helpful to share more on that process. So I'll have that one up in the next week as well. I did get the name correct. That's good to know. That's encouraging. Doesn't happen often. Cole, what's up? Hey everyone, some people here helped encourage me to launch my YouTube channel, and I'm happy to say I dropped it today. Thanks for the motivation and support. Hell yeah. Everybody, check out Cole Dig here in the chat. Show him some love on the new video. Congrats, Cole. Javier, is there any dirt bike stuff out there is probably safer than street riding? Is there any? Oh, battery swap. 1 minute. All right. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying, Javier. I would like to get like I've toyed around with getting something simple like a little Honda Grom or something like that, just to toy around on the back roads out here. Nothing too crazy. I get too worried that something's gonna happen, and then my brother's gonna be left without me being there. Obviously, my kids as well, you know, and my wife. But there's also just an extra layer of, hey, you need to be alive and functional and capable. So that's prevented me from getting on a bike. But you know, maybe one of these days. Oh hell yeah, Corey! It says my local art museum is willing to host me for a release party for my zine, which is shocking. Love to hear it. Been unable to do much photography until recently. Got a photo of a fire and a blacksmith and a spinning fan and a mill. Felt good to finally make photos again. Hell yeah. All it takes is one day, to get out and get back to it to keep you going. Thank you, Matt, Peyton, Emily, Wilson camera. Shot on Kodak, Ilford, and Cinestill. And that was Aiden Sharkey. Super rad. Again, I love the whole concept of the three of these together as a set with the little slipcase. This is super cool. Also, Matt, not sure if your local public library has a gallery. Also, coffee house would be a great place to do a show. That's the thing too. In terms of doing a release or something, I don't know if we're going to do specifics on like it specifically needs to be the release event. We're going to try to figure out all of that stuff here soon. But I'm not opposed to doing multiple things, obviously. The whole goal with it is to try and share the work in a public setting. Obviously, people will be able to pick up the zine, but I also want to be able to just share the prints and have people gather together. So we'll see. Gather together. I sound like one of those Target coffee mugs. Aiden doesn't do much photography, but me and Peyton convinced him to make a zine with us from this trip because he's damn good at it. That's so sick. I love that. That's rad. I blame you and Alex G for getting me hooked on endlessly chasing down used photo books. You selling that Defy Convention book. I cannot sell that one. That one was a gift years and years ago, which I honestly at this point am blanking on how Chris Ray and I met, but somehow online we connected. He was in Ohio for something. I think it was like an NFL gig that he was doing. And we met up and just had, like, remained friends. But early on when we became friends, he was working for DC at the time. And obviously Mike was shooting everything at DC. So that was a gift from Chris because he knew I was like a mega Mike Blayback fan, which Mike is another person I've gotten the chance to get to know. But back then I was freaking out. I would love to come back to Chillicothe again. I just hiked around Buzzard's Roost a few weeks ago and took a few shots of the paper mill. Hell yeah, Austin. Buzzard's Roost is a fun hike. They've put a lot into like cleaning that trail up and maintaining it a lot over the last like 10 years or so. That's a fun one. Corey, live, laugh, love. Get the fuck. It's such an under the radar book. It's my white whale. It's one of those that I didn't know existed until it showed up. I hadn't even seen it. So yeah, it tripped me out. So this one, Baltimore Photo Space. Look at that. Wait, books. Kyle wrote books. I was thinking I was only getting one book here. I didn't think the other one was out yet. But take a look at this. Packed with care. Baltimore Photo Space, the best. Yeah, we got 2 books here. Fantastic. Let me bring this out. Did you get a chance to check out the Dead at Night book? Just online, not in person or anything, but online. Looks rad. Oh yeah, we will absolutely flip through that one sometime. We can do a skate specific. Let me rotate this. We can do a skate specific selection of books. So first up, In Passing by Lisa Sorgini. Hey everybody, you can see me. I've been really, really looking forward to this one. This one here, I didn't know was shipping yet. I pre-ordered this one. This is The Weight of Ash by Ian Bates, published by Deadbeat Club. Another one I've been really excited about, but I didn't think it was coming tonight. I thought it was just going to be this book, so everybody here is getting a 2-for-1, a little combo doggy. Mac F Stop, howdy, great stream as always. Thank you. Do you have any photo books you'd call white whales or unobtainiums? I just got one of mine. I was curious what others here might consider theirs. That's a great question. You know, probably American Scene was one that for me I wanted for such a long time. It actually just got reprinted. So that's one that you can pick up new now. But American Scene by Sage Sawyer, that was one for me that I wanted for a while, but knew I was going to have to pony up because it was out of print. As for books that I don't own now but currently, like that would be one. Man, I don't know if I have any really. I honestly just recently sold quite a bit of my like what were Grail books. I had like an artist edition of, it was like one of 50. Mark Steinmetz Past Kville included a signed print and everything in the book. That was like a Grail book for me when I bought it, but these times ain't easy. So I needed to make a little bit of extra money on the side to take care of things. So this, In Passing by Lisa Sorgini, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I've been really looking forward to this one as someone who obviously loves, photographing life, everyday life. I love her work. All right, I'm going to read this here because we got time. So up here it says, preface, Mother as Chimera, the unspoken weight of motherhood. Gestation is often imagined as a closed interval, a fixed and finite span marked within the soft architecture of the maternal womb. Yet this conventional framing belies a far more intricate unfolding, an intimate choreography that resists containment by time or anatomical borders. What occurs between a mother and child is not merely temporal, but a deep and enduring entanglement, an intersubjective communion that exceeds the physical and enters the realm of the metaphysical. What unfolds within is neither linear nor containable. It is a ritual of becoming, an entanglement that refuses the tyranny of beginnings and ends. From as early as the second week post-conception, an alchemical intimacy begins to stir. This is not simply the proximity of bodies, but a silent liturgy conducted in the cryptic language of cells, molecular poetry passed between two becoming beings. The placenta, neither wholly self nor other, is a veil, a threshold, an altar. Through its liminal passageways, fetal cells begin their quiet migration into the maternal bloodstream. These are not passive traces, nor momentary trespassers. They are emissaries. They root, they remain. Like seeds in oil, they lodge themselves in the organs of breath and pulse, in the heart, the lungs, the liver, even in the veiled sanctum of the brain, inscribing their presence in silence and permanence. Science names this microchimerism. Acetaminophen, but myth already knew the chimera, a beast of hybridity, contradiction, and simultaneous selves. Not merely a carrier, a composite being forever refigured by the intimacy of the other. Her identity is no longer singular, but spectral, echoic, plural. The child, even when distant, pulses through the mother's bloodstream like a memory she cannot unclasp, and she in turn becomes an invisible echo within the child, a ghost in the bones, a whisper behind the eyes. This is not the end of gestation, it is its afterlife, a continuation without end, mother as chimera. For Ari and Elio. When I think about color work that is done incredibly well, I love her color work. I have no idea what she's using or how she's processing anything. So if anyone else is wondering, I wish I knew. But I mean, I wish I knew to answer your question. I couldn't give two shits, to be honest. Whatever she's doing, I want her to continue doing it because it's just gorgeous. Every parent can instantly relate to that one right there. Been wanting to go to BPS for so long. If you can make it in person, it is absolutely worth stopping in. The color reminds me oftentimes a lot of Christopher Anderson, especially his like trilogy of books. Robbie Lawrence as well is another one that comes to mind when I think about this kind of color that really rich but muted at the same time. Yeah. It's literally like it's these little glimpses into just that innocence of childhood, you know, and parenthood, raising it. Not necessarily the easiness of it, you know, like there's a not a heavy, a heaviness to it in a way, not in a bad way, but daycare germ factory, straight up. Oh, You kidding? That, the teardrop running down the eye, followed there, like, ugh. And then yeah, like, there's like this visceral feel to her work. It's so good. Man. Pete, this is Lisa Sorgini. This is In Passing. I'm going to put that in the chat as well in case anyone wants to look it up. I don't know if it's still in stock at BPS, but yeah. You all know it's been a minute since I've treated myself to a new book, a BPS order. It's been a minute. This was well worth the wait. Yeah. Follow her on Instagram. That's how I found her work in the first place, was Instagram. And then when I saw a book was coming out, I was so stoked. It's a good one. Awesome. Made from 2015 to 2015, these photos. Wow. Super, super good. Awesome. Been really looking forward to that one, so that's great. Finally got Quentin DeBrise the other day. That was my other white whale diary style photo book. I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to look that one up. Next up, probably the final one of the night. Check this. So we got a little, that's rad. Little print along with it. And this is The Weight of Ash by Ian Bates, published by Deadbeat Club. Meadowlark is another book of his that, if I remember right, was also published by Deadbeat. Where are we at here? Yes, it was. That's another great book. So this one I've been looking forward to for a while as well. If you're a fan of black and white and landscapes, you'll enjoy this one. This says Fires. I look out the window and see clouds of smoke. A newspaper reports that the body of a man was found outside his house still clutching a garden hose. For days, I cannot push this image from my mind. One person standing against a fire. In Greek mythology, Prometheus steals fire and blind hopes from the gods and gives them to creatures of a day. Of the two, he mentions fire first. Both are gifts of proportion. Fire flickers, boils water, cooks food, Yet unchecked, it brings down whole forests, towns. Likewise, blind hopes might lead one person out of a fire and another into one. To remain true to one's nature, you must first know the limits of that nature. I watch smoke continue to move across the sky, then my gaze shifts from the window to a nearby mirror. What I see there is what I also see in a fire or a burnt field, my place within it vanishing. I want to reverse the progression to grow from barren land, burn without fuel, age without loss. Short of that, I hope for smaller fires. I'm not sure when these photos were made. Might show in the the last part of the book. Definitely check it out. Vibes like Jim Goldberg's Coming and Going, Skating, or Ed Templeton's Wire Crossed, and Deformer. Both great. So that sounds right up my alley. I'll check that one out. Appreciate the suggestion. Yeah, these are gorgeous. Printed super, super well. In person, these are incredible. Wow. Man, this is like this one especially just stopped me. So good. Corey, this is Ian Bates. The book is called The Weight of Ash. Oh, hell yeah. Kashif just purchased the Sorgini book after seeing that. Love to hear it. Where did you pick that one up? Because, yeah, David up here says that he searched on BPS and it doesn't show up as out of stock. Like it's not even on the site now. Dang. I ordered this a while ago, but it was a pre-order. Or, sorry, the Ian Bates, this book here was a pre-order. And so I think the Lisa book was held, like, since I placed the order. So I don't know if it's been out of stock for a while there. Kashif says he got it on Amazon. Okay. So it is available online. Yeah, I don't know if this one, if The Weight of Ash, I don't know if it's sold out already, but shoo, I love these big, everything printed big. God, this is gorgeous. It's really hard to get it to come across on screen, but this is one of those books that, like, I could take my razor, slice it, and put that on the wall. The printing is so good. Man. Hell yeah, Anthony. Weight of Ash is still on BPS. Just ordered a copy. My wallet thanks you not. I love to hear it. Tell BPS we sent you. Recently went up to the Pacific Palisades to check out the aftermath. I turned a corner into a neighborhood, and as I was driving, I started thinking, where are the houses? I turned to my left, and I was stunned to see a street block of front porch staircases leading to what was once someone's home. It's heartbreaking to see it. Genuinely, I've got a online photo friend uh, who lost his house in those fires, and seeing him and his family, he's got kids, wife and kids, seeing them have to navigate that is heartbreaking. Oh, good looking out. David says In Passing is in stock on Library Man in Europe. Appreciate the heads up for all my European viewers. Stunned to see a street. My Holy Grail was always the decisive moment because it's the book that got me into photo books. Yeah, I could totally see that. That would be a good one to have, just to have. You know what I mean? Hey Matt, weird question maybe, but would you ever consider doing a fan call in thing during the live stream for a type of advice segment? Julian, that actually sounds really rad. I like that idea. Uh, Let me look into how to set that up, how to make that happen, and like what that would require. But that sounds really rad. I like that idea. At the very least, if we can't make it happen during the actual live stream, I could always have you all send like an audio recording to my email, and I can play it back, and we can talk about it and do it that way. That would be super fun. Set it up with Discord and have it be moderated. Corey, you might have to show me a thing or two on Discord. Our call on Discord about your zine was maybe the second time I've used Discord. But something like that would be sick. I like that idea a lot. That's a good, really good idea, Julian. I appreciate that. Did someone wind up loaning you or selling you a copy of The Crick? Not yet. That hasn't happened yet. But that is one that I would like to pick up at some point. Audio recording is also a vibe. What's up, Jalen? Yeah, I agree. Audio recording or a call, either way. Would love that. I always appreciate your advice and feel like I have way too much to ask that won't fit in this box. I feel that. I totally get that. I do wish that like there was, I don't know. I'm gonna look into it because that's got my wheels turning. I've always wanted to have like I don't know if we could do it in like a big, however people do it with like a Zoom call where we could set it up, but like privately somehow to where we could have other people on screen asking questions, sharing stuff. I don't know. I want to look more into that because something like that would be fun. Did you tell chat that we're doing a Chicago meetup? Jalen, I'm telling you, if we can make it happen, I'm so down. Let everyone come to your studio space. Hell yeah. The Weight of Ash by Ian Bates. That's gorgeous. Definitely check that one out while it's still in stock at BPS. I have a feeling that one will not last long. Super, super good. Greg, I recently set up Discord, never used the phone feature. So I just had a call with Corey here in the chat. I mentioned it earlier, I think before Corey joined the chat, that I was on a call with someone talking about their zine, and that was that call. We did it on Discord, and the other reason I've used Discord in the past week is the new Skate game. Just came out. Not Skate 4, but it is a game that came after Skate 3. And it's a game entirely different, but it's one I've been having so much fun with. And for me and a couple of friends who used to play Skate 3 together when it came out, we've been playing Skate online, and it's been so much fun. So we've been using the Discord server for that, for the game chat. But I'm still not familiar with Discord, really. So I need to learn all the ins and outs and how I can use it for this kind of stuff. 'Cause that's obviously what it's really built for, is, you know, communicating. So, yeah, we'll figure something out on that, because that would be fun. Ian Bates from Oakland, California. I believe so. I think he's... Sounds right. Jim. Oh, hell yeah. Jay Keena says, just made a new zine after moving across country with the family. It's what's kept me sane. Would love to send you a copy. Please do. Send it over to P.O. Box 2006, Chillicothe, Ohio, 45601. We'd love to check it out, man. Crick is 41 on Amazon at the moment, by the way. Got it. Oh, nice. That's a good price for that book. I might pick that up then. Jerry, playing that as I watch this. I also want to figure out my capture setup here for this camera is just this little Camlink 4K. It's not proper for gaming. I've tried to stream through it, and it's just, you cannot do it. The input lag is atrocious. So I want to get some kind of capture card specifically for gaming, because I can't not stream that game. I played the first 3 religiously and waited forever for this game. We got to do it at some point, but we'll see. Can you guys still... Are we good now? Okay. It was just saying that it was chopping up for a minute there. Corey, welcome to channel members. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining. Appreciate that support. Yeah, I need you to help me with the Discord stuff, Corey. Show me around a little bit and help me make it into a spot for this community. That would be super helpful, because Dad is way behind when it comes to using that. We're still good, but audio is a bit tad behind. I wondered about that. Let me see here. Turn that. I don't know. It's probably going to be off, but we're wrapping up anyway. If you have any last minute questions, throw them in the chat right now. Let's catch up just a little bit before we close out the stream tonight. Got to look through a lot of books tonight. That was fun. Appreciate everybody sending in stuff, and I'm glad my books arrived just on time. I would love a Matt Day Discord. Agreed. Pretty sure you can make it be... That's kind of what I was thinking was... And I haven't really, like, pushed on the channel members or promoted it or talked about it or anything, because I haven't had a chance to, like, get all of the back-end stuff figured out. Because every time I sit down and try to do it, I just get overwhelmed, and then a kid asks me for something, and I walk away from the computer, and the cycle continues. So that is the whole goal, though, for the channel members, is to kind of create a space like that that's exclusive to that, and where I can, you know, hopefully be helpful. Besides the work you did at the mill, do you have any plans for a specific project or physical work you want to make? Would love to see you work with the Trespasser. Oh my gosh, no. Uh, I would never have anything published by Trespasser. Probably anybody for that matter, not just Trespasser. Um, I self-publish. I make my books. I get to make it and ship it directly from me to you. Um, I'm happy with doing what I do. What's your board setup? I can see in the background. This is actually a relatively well. I got two. Let me show you the first one here. This is a Jason Lee guest board for Northern Company. They are no longer around, but they did a guest board with Jason maybe 9 or so years ago, probably. And this one, I love the shape of it. This is my cruiser setup. This is just when I want to take a board with me to town and just cruise around. That's what I've got. And then when I forget that I'm, approaching 35, and I think I can still, try and like do flip tricks. This is a chocolate board that currently has a spider crawling on it. So that tells you how much use it's gotten. But it's a chocolate twin Chris Roberts board that it's new, but hasn't gotten hardly any use, at least this summer. It'll get more use in the fall, though. I hate summer. I hate skating in the summer. The older I get, the more I'm like, nah, I'll wait till it's cool, then I'll just cruise around in the driveway. You can screen capture and application capture. Oh, yeah. That's another thing. So, like, you can have public access and membership access in the same server. I gotcha. So we can do, like, different sections on Discord. That's helpful. That's good to know. I appreciate that. Because, yeah, I don't want it to, like, I want there to be stuff for everyone, too. You know what I mean? I don't know. A Discord would be so sweet to have a place to ask questions on bookmaking. Another thing is, like, I also want to make you all ask questions to each other in the chat every week, which is amazing. So I'm not the only helpful person in the world. You know what I mean? You all are just as helpful being able to answer questions. So, yeah, that's the other aspect of it. I want people to be able to just congregate together, not just when I'm present. You know what I mean? Thanks for the stream. Definitely relieved some stress from the week. I appreciate it, Pete. Thanks for hanging. Jay Keena, thanks so much for a rad chill hour tonight. I'll send over a zine next week. Keep killing it. Thank you. I'll keep an eye on the PO box, and we'll check it out together when it's here. Corey, yes, I'm a huge fan of Brian's work. My comment on no trespasser publishing was not a knock on him, if that's what that's in reference to. That was a knock on my work. Make that very clear. Yeah, big fan of Brian's work. I've shared his work here plenty of times. Yeah, plus being able to just have a community of sharing things off Instagram and whatnot. Absolutely. Man, I really can't talk myself into using Instagram most days or posting anything. And that's terrible because this is kind of my thing that I do in terms of being online and, sharing my work, making a living. But wow, it's such a weird, not beneficial for photography kind of space. So that's what the Wednesday night live streams are for. So I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you all for hanging with me. Evan, good times. Thanks for hanging. Thank you. Thank you, Brendan, Brian, Corey, everybody. Appreciate everybody here tonight. This was a fun one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe, be good, and I'll see you next week. Love you guys.